The Auditor General Nancy Gathungu is now sending an alarm that stalled projects amounting to 150.6 billion shillings was stunning a national embarrassment. Gathungu is further warning that the pending bills amounting to 700 billion was the next big scandal that will rock this country. The Auditor General, who was addressing the second day of the Crime and Investigation Journalist Workshop in Mombasa, said even with the country having a watertight public finance management system, some corrupt public officers were circumventing the law to make even payments outside the system to defeat audit trails.
The Auditor General sounds frustrated that non-compliance of laws guiding public finance by some state officers was plunging the country into a financial mess.
Debt servicing costs keep increasing. Now we are at 1.15 trillion for the 2020-2023. We are paying commitment fees of over 1 billion for loans that we have not put to use, that we borrow because we want to implement projects. The government says yes, they will finance 20%, 30% or 50%, but they don't factor it in the budget.
The Auditor General warning of stalled projects amounting to billions of shillings, yet Kenyans were paying for them.
Then projects that have been conceived as important to the people are abandoned because there's a change of priorities. Already money has been sunk. You find a project has already incurred about 70%, 80% of the cost. But because there's reprioritization of agenda, whether at county level or at national level, that money is sunk and it's wasted.
She questioned a new scheme from Treasury where allocation to counties is being voided just between the month of May and June, terming them off suspicious.
So there's a whole story from just 3 or 4 reports on what is currently facing us and the fight you're seeing between the national and county governments. They are talking of mitigation. It's no longer mitigation, it's response.
Gathungu said it is even shocking that some state officers are dodging using the IFMI system for payments and undertaking transactions through non-authorized means that they must be held to account.
So payments made without supporting budgets, you compare the appropriation account because it has the line items with the payments made, and it doesn't make sense because there's no correlation, there's no matching.
According to the Auditor General, unsupported expenditures and public expenditures have made the country pay commitment fees which are not accounted for.
So there are a lot of excuses on pending bills, but I say it's fiscal discipline. And I repeat, as I said during our 10th anniversary of Constitution Commissions and Independent Offices, that pending bills is the next big scandal in this country. It is already a scandal in this country.
Anti-Corruption Court Judge Justice Professor Nixon Sifuna, who attended the workshop tearing the Office of the Public Prosecution, accusing it of being a weak link in the war against graft.
Whether the judiciary is the weakest link in the war against corruption. You see, it's not. It's a question of perception. The judiciary believes in due process.
The 3-day workshop for crime, governance and court reporters journalists ends Friday. The Office of the Auditor General is now citing poor record keeping, weak internal control and non-compliance with laws as the weakest links to corruption. Ruth Wamboi reporting for Prime Edition from Mombasa County.